Detroit Sports Network, home for your Michigan sports. Welcome to Detroit Sports Network. Today's guest is
Kieran Mcalister.
Okay, Kieran Mcalister. Where you from?
Holland, Michigan.
Holland, Michigan.
Yeah.
So you went to school there?
Yeah. Well, I went to school in Zeeland, so it's a city next to it.
Okay, Zeeland was a powerhouse in football, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you attended Zeeland and you played football?
I played, with Zeeland East, but I had a lot of focus on lacrosse.
Okay, lacrosse?
Yeah.
Oh, that's tell me a little about lacrosse that people don't know about because they get it twisted.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's really a combination of a lot of sports. You know, you got open field like football, you got the ball going crazy like soccer or anything like that, but it's the size of a baseball. And then, you're just run up the field. Technically, it's the fastest sport on 2 feet.
Okay.
So that idea that you're chasing a little ball that's bouncing off the turf and everything like that.
So what made you get into lacrosse?
I just had a real close friend when I was over there, growing up with him and everything, and he just really got me into it.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So how many years did you play lacrosse?
I played all 4 years.
Oh, all 4 years?
Yep.
Was you real good in it?
Yeah, I was pretty solid. I actually I had a scholarship offer at Michigan.
Oh, yeah, that's phenomenal then. If you wasn't really solid, you was a star.
Yeah, I was pretty good. That was my junior year. Then I had an injury that set me back.
Okay.
And so I took it down. I ended up getting a scholarship through Ferris. That's where I ended up going.
Okay, that was good. So you played lacrosse in high school. What made you get into football?
I moved back to this side of the state about 5 years ago.
Okay.
And, I was bored. I needed something athletically to do. Went and did flag football for a little bit, couple sessions, and I was balling. I was doing great out there.
Okay.
And I had some semi-pro cats holler at me, and my brother, he played with the Bobcats.
Okay.
With the Bobcats, and then with the Lightning.
Okay.
Went to nationals with the Lightning and everything. And so he said there's a new team coming up, the Coyotes.
All right.
Come play with them. It's a new team. You're new to it. Might as well, try to fit in.
Okay, so if you only play football like after high school and everything, how did you adjust so quickly to the sport of football?
Just a quick learner. I mean, I've always been interested in football my whole life, but I think in high school I didn't really take it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing a lot more lacrosse. I liked that a lot better, and it fit me more.
Okay.
But as soon as I got into it, it was just a downhill effect. I got more interested, more knowledge. I was filling up every day of the week with something football related.
Okay, so because I see a highlight tape of you and everything, you was dominant and everything. So I was just thinking like, and you play in the trenches though. So I could only imagine if you played in high school and little league, how far you would be right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. So with you playing football and everything and in semi-pro, how's the game in semi-pro?
It's tough. It's tough. That's what I've learned. For sure. You can't. You always gotta keep your head on a swivel.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. So you say you love playing this game?
Love it. It's passion.
So how old is you?
25.
Oh, so you trying to take it to the next level?
Absolutely.
Okay, what, defensive end, linebacker?
Yeah, somewhere in that position. I mean, I've been striving, I've been thriving defensively, and so going up from there, that's the focus.
Yeah, I seen you in Florida and everything, and them big 6'7" linemen had to double team you, man. What made them double team you though? Like,
I don't know. I think off the get they knew I was coming quick through the hole. I was pressing even at the one tech. I was in there quicker than they were moving, so they quickly adjusted. And
you say they quickly adjusted because I'm like, wow, they just double teaming him every play.
Every play.
So when you played in Florida, how was that experience playing in the national championship game?
Shit, it was tough. It was absolutely tough. They are everything we predicted they'd be. Watching film on them, just big guys. We might have thought they'd be a little bit slower than they were in person, but no, they're tic-tac. They did everything, best they could do it to.
Cause I seen one of their guys. He was like 6'8", but he was like lean. And he was real fast, and I was like, "Wow, this team's for real."
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and once I seen how they was playing and they was big, but they was fast, I knew, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a great game.
Absolutely, yeah. We found that out quickly. You know, they came as fully loaded as they could. That's for sure.
But you play with the #1 defense in the country.
Absolutely.
And with some fast kids and all of y'all young and everything, I see a lot of future stars that can play in the Canadian League. Like, I see future stars that can play in the arena and everything. So that it should be good in the future and everything. So you're not really trying to just play semi-pro. You trying to go to the NFL.
Absolutely. You know, that was the main focus and everything for so long, for all these years. You know, put my body on the line. You know, taking so much time out of my life to pursue it. That's always the focus. And I had a college offer for my injury, the latest injury. It was a year ago. Broken tib and fib.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so had a college offer for them. And then I kind of went away after that injury. They said, we'll see you after you get back. And so it's just been working to getting back to where I was before.
Oh, so you trying to go back to college to pursue your dream?
Yeah, that was the focus. I mean, so far I received offers for arena ball and everything like that. And, you know, it looks good, but at the same time, I'm hearing that your best film, your best competition, everything that's going to take you higher, you know, the ultimate goal of the league is through college. So...
Yeah, and I know with your skill set and everything, you definitely can help a college team out in Division I. Any division you go to, you definitely can help them out. Because I only can imagine how good you would be with the training and with the real coaching you can receive from the knowledgeable coaches in college.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I think that's the hard thing about semi-pro, you know, is you're not really gifted all the facilities and the time and everything. You know, everybody in semi-pro has their own life, their own jobs, kids, families. So they got to focus on that more than they can towards the craft. Yeah,
for sure, for sure. So you played for the Coyotes.
Yeah.
For the Lightning.
No, it was Coyotes 2 years. And then we had the whole mishap with playoffs and everything like that.
Okay.
And then from there, the Coyotes had folded. So, you know, I was kind of getting good with Melly and AJ and Butta and all of them, and Rex too. And, you know, we were all talking, we were good and everything. And then Paige had hit me up about, you know, hey, you want to take a look at the Canes and everything. I played with him on the Eastern Club team. And so
for Eastern Michigan, right?
Yeah. And so from there, he was kind of in my ear, and I liked the whole vibe, family vibe, you know, young vibe they had going on over there. It felt like a new home for sure.
Okay, so you played with one of the most spectacular players I ever seen with my eyes, Melly.
Absolutely.
How was it like playing with that guy?
You know, they rotate him everywhere. You know, I'm coming to the game thinking he's going to be an offensive threat, but here I am at D-end and he's talking to me from outside line.
What? Hold up. No.
Yeah.
Not this little guy. With a 4.2 speed playing outside linebacker.
Talking to me, telling me what to do at the line. Yeah.
Wow.
He got rotated everywhere, absolutely everywhere in that defense. In the offense.
In the speed is amazing. Like seeing him at practice and everything. How was it like to just watch him with the speed though? Like,
you know, it's something I always strive to be better than. You know, if I know that there's the best person in the room, I'm gonna try to see what I can do to get as better than them. And he's someone that I've just known. You know, like him, Jose, Pharaoh, like all of them. Like, can't get up to that speed.
That speed is something different, ain't it?
Yeah.
So, what was the experience like with the Canes? And you say how many years you played for the Canes?
Just one year. Yeah. And it was good. It was a real family environment over there. You know, I liked it. I definitely did. You know, I was trying to earn my spot and everything, and I did. You know, my last game there with them, I started, and that was against the Ravens.
Okay. So you playing against the Ravens, the team you play for now.
Yeah.
And the Ravens, like a lot of national championships, powerhouse.
Absolutely.
In semi-pro around the nation. So when you played with them, how was that?
Playing with the Ravens?
No, when you played against the Ravens, how was that?
You know, all year, kind of scouting them out, I knew that they kind of, you know, they get into your head. They're real. We're better than you. We're gonna show it, and it's that way from the moment they arrive at the stadium till the last whistle. So that's how it was, and I mean, it was only, I want to say, a quarter and a half I played against them.
Okay.
A quarter and a half I played against them, and then I had my injury, and so.
Oh wow! So you got injured against the Ravens?
Yep.
Oh wow! So how the healing process was with the injury?
Terrible. It's terrible. You know, I went from working 3 different jobs. I was one in between and on my feet all day, and then practice on top of that, and then to just go to nothing. To just the next day, next couple months, I'm just laying in bed, can't move. You know, there's nothing you can do. I had a cast from my toes up to my hip.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what was the recovery time?
So they told me I had 2 options. You know, I could just let it sit in the cast, and that would go, 4 or 6 months or something like that, and so I could get it out of the cast and then go from there. They said I could get a surgery, and I could be walking on it in a week.
Oh wow! So you took the surgery.
I took the surgery. Yeah.
you want to get back on that field, exactly, mandatory, huh?
Yeah. And so I actually healed way faster than my rehab person told me. You know, and she worked with the Red Wings. She worked with the Pistons. I found a real top-notch rehab person.
Okay.
And from there, I mean, every day she was working with me. Every single day, we're trying to figure out something better I can do to get me up, walking, running faster, everything. And I ended up playing football again 4.5 months later.
Okay, so first game back off injury.
Yeah.
Who do you play for? Who do you play for?
I played for Team USA.
Okay.
We played in Cancun in December.
Okay.
Yeah, AFE Team USA, and I played a couple games with them beforehand. When I was on injury, they played a game down in Texas, and they lost, and they killed me.
Okay, yeah.
Texas All-Stars, and I had to watch it on my stream. I knew I couldn't be there for them. Saw the person in my position. I'm stressing.
Oh yeah. I already know.
Yeah, and so went down there in Cancun, and we just had a field day.
Okay, and how did it feel to get back on that? Because I know it's mental. Because I had an injury too, that was similar to your injury, and when I got back on the field, that first quarter is the hardest.
Yeah. Absolutely. So luckily, AFE is really good we had 8 hours practice before that game.
Oh wow!
Down there, yeah. So it's 2 days, 4 hours each day, and you're going full contact. I mean, everything like that. So that got me, a little bit nice. Unfortunately, still had a limp a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
And we were staying at like a resort down there, so walking through and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
Teammates would just spot me and be like, "You got that limp? You all right?"
Oh yeah, for sure.
But no, I shook it off, played through. There were scouts down there. I talked to those scouts. They said, get rid of the limp and we'll talk and everything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
So you play for USA, and now that's like you end up playing for the Ravens next, right?
Yeah.
So you play with the Ravens. What made you pick the Ravens though?
So it was a real toss up on whether I was going to go back with the Canes. I was going to go to the Ravens, or I was also considering the Raiders.
Okay.
And, I had parts in each team, a lot of Coyotes at the Raiders, just playing with the Canes. And then the Ravens, honestly, have been talking to me since 2017.
Okay.
I played my first All-Star game for semi-pro.
Okay.
And that game, they all talked to me, and, at the end of it, they're talking to a lot of players, but I was the only Coyote there. And so,
okay.
That was something, and I always considered it, but I knew how everybody felt. You don't want to just join the best and just be the best. You got to kind of earn something.
Yeah.
And at the same time, though, I went to one practice, and I really saw that, they're the best everywhere. It's not just, a couple guys are good and that's it. Every person, every position is, going their hardest every single play, every single practice.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
There's no divas or anything like that. It's just work. Everybody knows the expectations.
And then their practice is formatted, and you go to their practice, you see 40, 50 guys at the practice. That's a killer for semi-pro. And that makes you wonder, that's why they're the top team in the country.
Exactly, yeah. And I know that through all my time and everything, and I kind of new to semi-pro in a sense compared to other players. I know people who've done it 10 years and more and everything. I've only been around here 3 or 4 years, but I played 60 games or more.
Wow, that's a lot of games. That's a lot of experience you gained.
A lot of experience, played a lot of teams, and seeing how a lot of teams are organized and taking it in every single time. And then when I finally got in with the Ravens, I realized they do it the best in every part. There's kind of no question at that point.
Okay, so you say the Ravens is one of the best team, structure-wise you ever played for?
For sure, absolutely. When it comes to semi-pro, definitely.
So you would be back to get that championship next year, right?
Absolutely. I was kind of considering retirement off of this.
Oh wow.
Won the championship and everything. I got I'm got my own company and everything. I'm starting my own everything, and so I kind of want to put more focus on that. But now there's that bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
That loss, and so that hunger's back.
So, to change the subject from football to your company,
Absolutely.
Tell everybody about your company and where did it start from?
Casey's Painting. When I moved over here 5 years ago, I started painting for my stepdad. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Just being in an apartment on my own, no supervision. Just by myself, listening to music, take breaks if I want, all that. Felt good, and it was something I liked. And so I was doing that for a while. I lost it. I was working for an entertainment company and everything in Detroit. And then when the injury happened, to get back on my feet, I knew that was one thing that I can kind of take my time with.
Yeah.
I can get back into. So just did it a couple times for this guy. And then from there, he was giving me less and less work. And I knew I could be doing more work. So I called up my stepdad. I was like, what do I do to be you? What do I do to get my own company, get my own license, everything like that?
We're back. You was talking about your company and everything. So, how, if anybody interested in painting and everything, how could they contact you?
I got a Facebook. My number's posted on there and everything like that. Casey's Painting. All of our marketing is kind of formatted for like Kansas City Chiefs. We got red and yellow, so that's kind of an easy way to identify it. And yeah, just reach out to me. If you need painting or if you're looking for work, anything like that. We are hiring, so absolutely. Shout out on both sides of it.
Okay, that's real good.
Yeah.
Give a person opportunity to work. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's great. So, on Detroit Sports Network, we always ask these questions: who's the top players the top 5 players in semi-pro you ever played against?
Top 5 players. So, start off. I gotta say. Future, for sure.
Okay.
Just simply,
Something different at the quarterback. He changed the whole game.
And even in the short time I got against him, anytime I kind of got him into my reach, he's got that presence. He's got that know-how that, all right, just let me get rid of the ball before I take this sack, He's going to get rid of it. He's going to do something. He's going to stiff arm me something, So I put Future number 1. Second from there, I gotta put Jose. He's something different.
Yeah, Jose is special.
Yeah, those are obvious picks. I feel like for a lot of people. A lot of people in semi-pro. So following that, though, I definitely put Javon up there from the Seminoles.
Okay.
Yeah, playing against him was something.
Javon Johnson, the running back, he slept on too.
He really is.
He really slept on.
Yeah, and he's a different level running back.
He is.
He doesn't belong in summer.
Fourth quarter, it's over.
Yeah, exactly. He's really turning it up the whole game, and that was someone that when I played against, I had to be on. I'd be on point.
Yes, indeed. Because if you don't square up the right way,
exactly,
you're going down.
Yeah, and I had a couple tackles on him, but I swear it was by my fingertips.
But yeah, for sure.
And then from there, I kind of want to shout out the Seminoles line.
Okay.
Like, just as a whole,
Yeah, most dominant line, I think, in semi-pro in Michigan.
Very talented.
Very talented.
Absolutely. You can tell it's something in their coordination and just being together for so long that, they really know each other. And then I guess just at, 5, I put DeFaro Davis.
Yes, he a game changer too.
Absolutely.
He can change the game defensively or offensively. Mainly offense though. He's something special.
Yeah, I've seen him change games, especially the Coyotes. I've seen him carry teams. 100%.
Yes.
That defines a top player for sure.
Okay. Well, thank you for being on Detroit Sports Network. And we out.
Absolutely.
Detroit Sports Network, home for your Michigan sports.